there's dozens of different systems out there, all claiming to be the best when it comes to sharpening. And the question really is, which is the best? And how do we decide that? So I'm going to take a look at this, and then I'll show you what I do and how I sharpen and the results I get as well, because that's the important point. It isn't so much which system you use, it's the results you get. So whether you're using water stones, diamond stones, oil stones, or if you're using the sandpaper method, or maybe a wet wheel like a Tormac or a grinding system, that doesn't really matter. It's whichever you prefer, but the results matter. And there's three very important things, if I can measure all three fingers up. Firstly, keep it simple, make it quick. And thirdly, it must be repeatable. Well, I'm the skimp woodworker, so that rules out the Tormac, unless Tormac want to send me a free one, which I very much doubt they will. And I'm not getting any younger, so I don't want these long-winded sharpening systems where you're sharpening to 10,000 grit when it really isn't necessary. So I need something that's quick, simple, cheap and easy. And that's the skimp way of going about things. And that's what we're going to do. So let's get into the sharpening. So let's sharpen these two chisels. And I'm going to do one by hand. And I'm going to do the other one using the Eclipse jig, basically. And a little homemade measuring device, if you want to call it that, to set the depth so we get the correct angles. And we'll come back to that shortly. But what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to set up a timer as well. I've got a phone here, so let's set that up. Set the clock. So there's the timer. Oops, that went around. So you can see that. Let me just double check you can see that. Right, I've got a timer there. I've got everything I need to hand. What I am going to do is, before I start the clock, I'm going to zoom the camera in so you focus on what I'm actually doing. I'm going to use the honing guide to sharpen this chisel, and I'll hand sharpen this chisel. So if we're ready, start the clock. That's into there. We want the 25-degree. Oops. Tighten that too tight, couldn't slide it. There we go. Slide that up to there. Tighten it with the screwdriver, because although it's knurled, that knob, it doesn't quite get it tight enough. A little bit of fluid on there. And it won't take much on this coarse side. Just want to raise the burr. There we are, I can feel the burr on there. Flip it over. Fluid on that side as well. Oh, I'm going to have to start that again. Just realised something. Stop. Did you spot the deliberate mistake? Okay, if you're ready, let's start the clock. Clock started. I'm going to put the chisel in the honing guide and just gently tighten it up. I want 30 degrees. That's the actual sharpening bevel as opposed to the grinding one. Tighten it up. Quick spray. Oops, there we go. Wasn't spraying. And it won't take much to put a burr on this chisel. Let's just see how we're doing. Yep, I can feel a burr. Wipe that side off. Flip it over. And onto this side. There we go. I'm leaving the honing guide on and you'll see why in a moment. And then I like to give it one extra stroke like that and once like that. And we'll just wipe off that fluid. You can stop the clock. And where are we? 2 minutes 50. Okay, I've reset the clock. What I'm now going to do is just see how long it takes to actually hone that, and I've left it in the honing guide. So onto there, and I need about 30 strokes. I've actually lost count, but it must be about there now. There we go. Take it out of the guide, and I'm just going to do the back as well. Not that it's absolutely necessary, but it's not a bad idea. And I like to just do one stroke there, just to make sure there's no burr left. And that took just shy of a minute. So let's do that again. And only this time I'm going to hand sharpen. First of all, on the 400 grit side, simply find the bevel. You can literally feel that. And I forgot to start the timer, so we'll have to do that again. So let's start the timer. There's the timer. Quick spray. And it's just ordinary window cleaner that I'm using. Glass and window cleaner. But I don't leave it on my stone when I finish. I always wipe the stones off, because I don't think it would do them any good long term. I can feel the burr on there. Flip her over. Spray the 1200 side. Yep, that's the bevel. And we are going to test these at the end to see just how sharp they actually are. That should be good enough. Onto the back. And I like to just literally give it one stroke that way and one quick stroke that way, just to help to remove the burr. How long did that take? 1 minute 15 seconds. So the only thing to do now is to use the strop again, and on the strop I use this little green it's like a wax stick, but it's actually a honing compound. The one I use is this Veritas one, but it lasts for absolutely ages. I think I bought this particular stick, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. It just lasts and lasts and lasts, and it didn't cost very much to buy it. So that just needs to be honed, which is exactly the same process as the other one. So I'm not going to bore you away. I do 30 strokes on this one, although I could do, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. there's our 30. Quick flip on the back. And there's the chisel. So let's find out just how sharp that actually is. So if it's sharp, then it should be able to cut paper and certainly chamfer a piece of hardwood. So let's find out. Well, let's see if 1 minute 20 odd seconds gets you a nice sharp chisel. A diamond stone like this costs anywhere between about 60, but this is the bigger one. This is the 3x8, I think it is. Probably cost 80 and 90 pounds UK, something like that, I think. Need to check. But there are alternatives on the market. You don't have to use that particular brand. But if you've only got a few pounds to spare, if you can't afford a diamond stone like that, this is my sandpaper stuck onto glass. I've got 2 grits on one side and 2 grits on the other side. Each grit's at a different level, so we've basically go from coarse to quite a fine grit. I've not used it in ages, and you can see it's filthy. But I also, for decades, used to use an oil stone like this one. This one's really battered. I just bought the basic oil stone. The case is an old made one, and it probably was made really quickly. But it worked. It worked for years and years and years. It's now slightly hollowed because eventually they do wear away. There's a coarse side on one side, big chip on it because it got dropped at some point. But it's basically retired. It sits on the shelf. I don't really know why I keep it because I never use it for anything. And it's a bit oily and messy. But those are alternatives. Sandpaper one, you're talking 10 to 20 pounds to set that up. These oil stones are quite cheap. They're only about, you can pick them up for about a tenner. And then just make your own case. So those are other options if you can't afford to go down the diamond stone route. The diamond stone itself is very good value for money because it lasts for years and years and years. I think this one I've had for about 5 years and it gets a lot of use, but it's standing up really well. But I'm not saying you should use one brand over another because I haven't done any research as to which brand is the best. Whichever you find works for you will be fine. But the point is, with a simple jig, and you can pick these up on eBay and Amazon, and make yourself one of these. A little, basically it's just a depth stop is what it actually is. Because whichever brand you buy, you will find instructions as to what distance they need to be set at. But once you've made that jig, which only took me probably half an hour to make, then you've got that jig for good. You don't have to bother measuring ever again. You've got your little honing guide, you've got your depth stop, and you're good to go. I hope that's been of some help to you. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I believe that some of my subscribers aren't seeing notifications. I don't know how true that is. It's just what I've heard on the grapevine. And until next time, I'm David. I'm the Skint Woodworker. Thanks very much for watching. It's really appreciated. Big shout out to my members. If you want to become a member, there's a link in the description down below. And until next time, take care now. Goodbye.